guys, welcome back to Making Food Monday. With the start of the school year, it reminds me that fall is around the corner. So I thought it was a good time to try out a new soup recipe. This week, we're gonna make one of my favorite soup recipes, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. This week, instead of taco soup, we're gonna make Chipotle chicken taco soup. For today's recipe, we're going to need chicken bouillon powder, cumin, paprika, chili powder, half and half, cream cheese, cilantro, lemon, lime, and onion. I happen to have a red onion because my store was out of yellow onions, but you can use what you like. I need some chipotle peppers and adobo sauce, salt, garlic, shredded cheese, and of course, the star of our show today is gonna be our chicken. I've got thighs, you can use what you like. And that should be all we need for our recipe today, guys. First thing we're gonna do today is to prepare our onion, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use my handy dandy crank chop and get that diced up super fast. This recipe should be really easy because the only thing we really need to prepare before we start filling our pot is the onion, and we've got that done in like 1 second. So the next thing that we're gonna do is start filling the pot. First thing to go in is gonna be our chicken. My guide recipe says that we should be using about 1 pound of chicken, but you guys know me. I'm gonna put as much chicken as I can get into this pot so that we have plenty of food for my family to eat. About that much. Next thing to go into our pot is gonna be our onions. I'm just gonna put those right on top of the chicken. Up next, I'm gonna add my chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. And inside, I'm gonna find this pasty stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna fetch out one of the peppers, if I can find one. There we go. So I'm gonna find us a pepper here, and we're gonna cut that into nice small pieces. Add our chipotle pepper right to the pot. Now, because I used so much extra chicken, I'm also gonna take about a spoonful of all the onions and the spices that are in there, and I'm gonna add that too. I'm not gonna add any more peppers because I don't want it to be too spicy, but I do like the flavor that comes from this sauce. So we're just gonna add a little bit more of the sauce. Up next, I'm gonna add the juice from 1 lemon. Okay, now I'm not even going to attempt to measure this lemon juice because I know I've used plenty of chicken, so it can handle the amount of juice that comes from 1 lemon. But if you want the measured amount, you're gonna want about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my lime. And for this one, we're gonna want about 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of garlic. There's 1 and there's 2. We need 1 tablespoon of cumin. There we go, 1 tablespoon. Half a teaspoon of paprika. Half a teaspoon. We need half a teaspoon of chili powder. Half a teaspoon of chili powder. We need half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna need 3 teaspoons of chicken bouillon powder. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And we need to add 3 cups of water. And that's gonna be it, guys. We're ready to seal up our pot. We're gonna drop down in here to our chicken function because that's our high pressure. And we're gonna go ahead and leave it at 20 minutes and just start it. Okay guys, our time has expired. It's time to let our pressure out. There we go. Open her up. Yum, that smells so good. Okay guys, now we're gonna take all of the chicken out. This scoop is amazing for this type of thing. I recommend getting one. I got this one at the dollar store, you guys. Super, super cheap, super easy. and it helps strain the chicken when you want to remove it from your pot. Super easy. And then we're gonna shred the chicken. Now we're gonna get a cup of half and half and add it to a blender. To that blender, we're also gonna add about 8 ounces of cream cheese. And then I also wanna add just about a cup of this nice hot liquid from our soup. Right to the blender. And then I'm gonna blend that well, just to make sure it incorporates that cheese really nicely. And then we're gonna add our cream cheese mixture right back to the pot. And now we're gonna add 1 cup of shredded cheese. I happen to have cheddar jack, you can use whatever your favorite is, to our pot. We're gonna add our cup of cheese to the broth in the pot. And then we're gonna stir it up and let it melt right in there. And that will not take very long at all. And then I'm going to add back all of my shredded chicken. And stir that in. Yum. This smells so good. And the last thing that I need to add to my pot is my fresh cilantro. But in my household, not everybody likes fresh cilantro, so I'm actually going to add it to the bowl instead of to the pot. If everybody in your household likes it, I would suggest adding it to the pot because it would actually make it all taste a lot fresher and lighter. And there we have it, guys, Chipotle chicken taco soup. Okay, Jax, it's ready and I've got it plated. Now all we need are our guinea pigs. Do it.
Guinea pigs!
My guinea pigs! I have starving pigs. Hey look, there's the dad.
Hello.
Hello, Daddy Pig. Who thinks it smells awesome?
Me.
Who wants to go first? I think Jordan's last. I think Jackson should go first.
Put some lemon in there.
Not.
What do you think?
What do you think? Yeah, how many thumbs are you gonna give that?
Fireworks.
Fireworks? Whoa, I love fireworks. Thanks, man. Who's next? You were gonna go last because you were making that noise. How about we go, Daddy?
Oh, well, huh?
Hey.
All right. Smells unbelievable. Wow, this is the best soup you've ever made.
Really?
Wow, this is really good. Not the best meal, but definitely the best soup. For the longest time, I thought for the gumbo. Oh no, this is way better than that.
What? They're better than the
Oh
gumbo?
yeah, this is really good. It tastes as good as it smells. Wow. Wow.
How many thumbs are you gonna give that, Dad?
Bazillion.
All right, who's next? Let's go with Jordan. I said he had to go last and it hurt his feelings, so he can go next.
It kind of reminds me of the buffalo chicken.
Yeah, it kind of smells like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hot. Something unexpected.
Yeah?
I was worried that the chicken was going to be chewy.
No?
Super tender.
Nice.
And the cilantro makes it perfect.
How many thumbs are you gonna give that? Yeah?
I think it might need some lime juice, but I don't know.
Well, squeeze it in there and see.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference
Yeah.
between the lemon and lime juice.
Yes. All right, my princess, that just leaves you. I put a little piece of lime in there so you could squeeze it.
Spicy.
No, it's not.
It burns my throat.
Okay, have a bite of the chicken. Good? Yeah? You like it? How many thumbs are you gonna give that, Miss Princess? Yeah? Thanks, man.
The chicken's really good.
Okay guys, my final thoughts. This soup is delicious, first of all. Second of all, you have to try it. If you like taco soup, this one is really, really good. But if you have an aversion to spicy foods, this one is ever so slightly spicy, but to take it down a notch, instead of using the actual chili in the can, the chipotle pepper that came in the can, just take out a couple of spoonfuls of the sauce, because that's gonna give you the same smoky flavor that the chipotle pepper does, but without the spiciness of actually including the pepper. If you want a little bit more of a kick, use 2 of those peppers instead of just 1, because this is really, really good. For my bowl, I took a little bit extra sauce out of the can and I drizzled that on top of my bowl of soup, and then I mixed it in when I ate it. Man, that was good. Extra smoky, really flavorful, added a whole lot of depth to the bowl. I thought this soup was really, really tasty. I will definitely be making this one again. First of all, because it's keto friendly, which means Daddy is happy with it. Second of all, though, the flavors are just amazing. So even if it wasn't keto friendly, I would still make it again because it is that good. Yeah, definitely getting 2 thumbs up for me, and I'm making this one again. Who thought the soup was tasty?
I forced myself to eat it.
Even though Malia thought it was a tiny bit spicy, she also thought it was delicious enough that she was gonna eat it anyway.
I had a big bowl and it was very filling because I had a lot of chicken.
To be clear, it was not spicy. It was just tiny, tiny, tiny bit spicy. It was spicy enough that Malia thought it was a tiny bit spicy, but that Malia could still eat it. So that tells you kind of for those of you who are a little bit sensitive to the spice, looking at you, Mike, I think if you just use the seasoning out of the can instead of using an actual chili, that will cut down too. But don't leave the adobo out. Don't leave the chipotle out, because it adds a lot of flavor to the soup and it's delicious. I think it turned out just perfect. But I think the chipotle chicken taco soup was an amazing soup, and since fall is rolling up on everybody and it's gonna start to get cold outside, this soup is going to be a big hit this winter for us.
We say that with like every soup we ever made.
I know, but this one's really, really good. Guys, it's time to get you Smartypants to bed. So,
if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want to make this channel strong? Share it with your friends. And now, good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Poop. Chipotle chicken pickle soup was yummy. Yummy.